everyone, it's Nikki Corbin from CTCI. As promised, I'm here to give you an update about what's going on in our ministry for the next couple of weeks. As many of you know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, we have a family program called Train to Reign, and this is a 2-week program that's set aside for families and individuals who come from everywhere. And I have Melissa Lee here. Many of you know Melissa Lee, who's been part of the staff for 26 years, and she oversees our children ministry. And I just wanted Melissa to share with you briefly about the change that she sees take place in children whenever they come to our Train to Reign programs. And Melissa, if you'll just kind of explain, kind of beginning to end a little bit through the years, how the end has impacted just children's lives during our Train to Reign program.
Yes, so in all the years I've been here, 26 years, I've never failed to see families change during this time. They come through the door looking one way and they leave looking another, and I can see such a change even within a few days with the children. And I think one of the ways that happens is through fathers' meetings, and what happens is the dads, not the mums, the dads bring their children to me every time I'm going to be with them, which is usually morning, afternoon, and sometimes evenings. And then they say something like, Melissa, I'm handing Johnny over to you. And Johnny, I'd like you to listen to Miss Melissa and do what she says and be respectful. And every dad does that, and sometimes it takes a long time. And then the dads go off with the mums and have counselling or meetings, and the children are with me, and we have really fun times, a lot of things that we do together. And Bible teaching, crafts, snack, which is always very popular. And then at the end of the morning, the dads and all the young men who are part of the ministry come back together, and we stand in a circle, and then they're asked, well, what did you do this morning? And it's such a great time because some of these children don't even know how to make eye contact, but they have to learn. And then they say, well, we played, we had snack, because they always mention that, and everything we did. And then whoever's leading the meeting, usually one of the men in the ministry, says, Miss Melissa, how did they do? And I'll bring out the positive. John, he just cleaned up everything when I asked him to. Sally, she was so helpful. And then I'll also mention things like, but I had to ask 5 times for Mary before she listened to me. So we give this report, and then the dads can take that away, and sometimes if they've been naughty, they'll bring their children back and they have them say, please apologise to Miss Melissa, and they do, and then we go on. But it doesn't take more than about 3 days before we see a huge change in how the dads respond to the children and how the children respond to their dads. And the whole life of the family changes because the dad's in the right place, taking authority, and the children are learning to respond to their dads. And they're so much happier when this kind of thing happens. And so I see families leaving with big smiles on their faces when they've walked in with kind of sorrow, and what are we going to do with our children? So the inn is a place that welcomes family in the name of the Lord, and life is relationships, and we see that played out in everything that goes on here as far as the children's ministry goes. And I get to have fun, I get to do children's devotions, I get to try out all these crazy projects with them and have a great amount of fun and see that God is doing something very special with families in this place.
Absolutely. And I think that's the heartbeat of our ministry. By all means, it is family, but it's so neat to see that these Train to Reign programs, the emphasis, it is on family and on fatherhood, and families set aside this time to learn about the heartbeat of God's view on family. Yes. And Melissa used to oversee me in childcare, so look at us now. But she used to have to tell my dad of how well I behaved. Bad.
That's true. That's true.
But I've learned a lot in my own life from Melissa. And if you guys want her to come to your church and teach on children's ministry or stuff, I highly recommend it. But for more information about our Train to Reign programs, please visit our website at lifeisrelationships.com. We would covet your prayers during this time. Again, families and individuals come from all around the world, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Melissa. Bye.